A very good afternoon to you. This is Lunchtime News on TV1. Now, as always, we have all of the top stories lined up for you today. Before we head into those in details, let's start off with a look at headlines. Court of Appeal dismisses bail application submitted by Arjun Aloysius and Kasun Palisena. Fire erupts at a clothing outlet in Palavatta. Keiko Fujimori, leader of the opposition in Peru, arrested over accusations of money laundering. Sri Lanka's Dinesh Priyantha secures gold in the F46 javelin throw event at Asian Para Games. In your lead story this afternoon, the Court of Appeal dismissed the revision bail application filed on behalf of Arjun Aloysius and Kasun Palisena of Perpetual Treasuries Limited.
The President of the Court of Appeal, P. Padman Surasena, pointed out there was insufficient material produced to take up the revision bail application which was filed against the orders given by the 4th Magistrates Court and the Colombo High Court denying bail to the petitioners. The magisterial inquiry in the Central Bank Treasury bond scam will be taken up this afternoon at the 4th Magistrates Court.
Shifting our attention to some news from here at home now, a massive fire has broken out at a leading apparel store in Palavatta, Battaramulla.
The fire brigade said 3 units from the Colombo and Kotte areas were dispatched to douse the fire. The cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained.
A woman and 2 men have been arrested along with a stock of golden biscuits by customs officials today.
The arrested individuals arrived in the country from Singapore. The 2 suspects were arrested at around 10:30 last night with 10 gold biscuits and 2 pieces of gold. The other suspect had arrived at 12:30 this morning and 24 gold biscuits were seized. The gold biscuits weigh around 2.5 kilograms and worth more than 16 million rupees. The suspects are aged 48, 50 and 55 and are residents of Wattala and Kotte areas. Further investigations are underway.
The funeral of popular singer and comedian the late Ronnie Leach will take place at the Mount Lavinia Cemetery at 3 p.m. today. He passed away at the age of 65 in Perth, Australia on the 1st of this month. The casket will be placed at a funeral parlour in Borella until 2 p.m. today for the public to pay their final respects. It will then be transferred to Christ Church, Mount Lavinia for the final rites. The launch of the SLPP Teachers Organisation in Ahaliagada was held yesterday under the auspices of MP Pavitra Vaniyarachi. A group of party activists and political representatives of the SLPP participated in these events.
Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Pramuga.
The Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, as the leading joint opposition, should be able to split this government. Today the economy of this country is collapsing. This government presented a new trade policy before the Sri Lanka-Singapore FTA. As a matter of fact, the government says that they need to impose taxes to the maximum. Direct and also indirect taxes should be imposed. Some ministries say that the rupee depreciation is good for the country. The rupee depreciated by 2% during the 10-year tenure of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. But for the past 3 years, the rupee has depreciated by 9%. If this continues, what will happen to the country?
Still in local news, 6 vehicles have been seized by police along with a suspect in a raid carried out by the Panasuru Division Law Enforcement Unit.
Police said that the suspect had been engaged in a racket to hire vehicles and to sell them to people. More than 300,000 vehicles have been apprehended. The police say that the suspect had carried out the racket for several years. He had obtained money from people promising foreign employment. The suspect is to be produced before the Panadura magistrate today.
The Sri Lanka Navy has rescued 7 fishermen who were stranded due to a technical failure in the sea off the Galle harbour. The Navy was able to rescue them using the Jayasagara vessel of the Southern Naval Command and with the support of the US Navy.
The vessel had left the port of Galle on the 3rd of October. The fishermen have been rescued by the US naval ships at sea 130 nautical miles off the Galle harbour. The rescued fishing vessel and the fishermen who were rescued by the US Navy ship dockyard were handed over to the Sri Lanka naval ship Jayasagara in about 130 nautical miles from the south of the Galle harbour. The Sri Lanka Navy has taken measures to bring the fishermen towards the Galle harbour safely.
The Dr. Upali Mahanama Memorial Lecture organised by the Dr. Upali Mahanama Foundation was held in Colombo yesterday. The lecture was delivered by the first Test cricket captain of Sri Lanka, Bandula Warnapura.
At school cricket level, the coaches are not allowing the school boys to take decisions on the field. Everything is done by the coach, including field setting and bowling changes. We don't allow the boys to take decisions on the field. Are we building captains? Are we building leaders? No, we are not. It must start from the school level. Whose responsibility? It's Sri Lanka cricket to go do that.
And finally, in sports news for this afternoon, Sri Lankan javelin thrower Dinesh Priyantha Herath secured gold in the men's javelin throw F46 event at the 3rd Asian Para Games 2018.
The Asian Para Games is being held for the 6th day today in Jakarta, Indonesia. The final of the F46 javelin throw was held today. Dinesh Priyantha recorded a distance of 61.64 meters to win gold and set a new games record.
With that story, we wrap up lunchtime news on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I am Jamal Ratnayaka. Thank you for stopping by. Good day.